What's up, everybody? Got a new microphone, so hopefully it doesn't sound like shit. I guess we'll find out together here in a minute. It'd just be pretty convenient if I can go back to just using a headset microphone instead of switching back and forth between shit all the time, but it is what it is. If this sounds like crap, just let me know, and we'll just go back to the regular stuff. But I'm playing on my main character quite a bit past week or so, especially since OKBet switched over to his legacy character once in a while. Got some games in with him. You'll see some clips from that in a little bit. And the end of the video, I'll go over the gear I'm using in this video versus what I would like to use. I talked about in the last video that I want to start using the Koya pants, artifact armor, and just a bunch of Frigidon. But talked to Handsome Luck, or just Luck now, I guess, and OKBet, and they pretty much came up to the same conclusion. They were talking about using Koyas, except instead of going 3 Frigidon pieces, using the feet from the worm that have the same perks as Frigidon. So kind of just forgot those exist because I don't do any PvP that I don't have to do. So still haven't done the worm or the Gorgon. I left this one in there because it was funny. Like, just the limp dick tracking on Feral Rush sometimes is just kind of pathetic. But it has been a good bit of fun using this instead of social distancing. Like, it's way less useful, like, as far as being able to get away from people and stuff. But if you plan on just only W keying, then it's still pretty useful. One random bug I found was, for some reason, you can hit somebody square in the back with the second hit of Feral Rush, and it'll give you the like purple floating animation around their feet as if they're rooted, but they can still just run away for some reason. Not really sure why. But these are the starter clips with the OKBet. Just left that one in because it was kind of funny. You just charged in at the last second with the hammer swings. Kind of saved me a little bit there. This is later on in another match. KB's a little delayed here, so it's pretty much just us fighting for any kind of objective. Not really sure why. Team just doesn't play the point, doesn't play Baron. So fighting these guys off best I can until KB gets here, and you see him in the background there, using all of my stay alive buttons. I think we managed to get 3 down here, but you see in the background, KB just finished these guys off anyway, and somehow our team still manages to lose Baron. So we kind of just said screw it. A little bit later in that match, we're just going to back cap. One thing with Feral Rush, I think I'm going to stop running the armor perk for it, because I haven't really seen a scenario where getting the 3-second slow is actually helpful. Like, it's either you get the root from the backstab and it's great, or you don't get the root and, like, it's kind of dog shit. Like, the slow isn't going to make the difference between catching somebody and not catching somebody. So probably going to be dropping that, but we'll talk about that a little bit more. We'll go over the gear at the end here. I was kind of hoping we would get patch notes this week, so we'd have something worth talking about until a patch actually comes out next week. But I guess they're waiting until right before the patch drops. Maybe they're still tweaking things. I don't know. But I think we got 9 or so days left now. And I'm gonna like the very end of the video, I'm gonna throw a couple of links and show a few games that are going into kind of like free beta tests over the next few days. One of them's a little time sensitive. I think today, the 11th, or maybe the 12th, is the last day you can register for it, but a couple other like action RPG type games. So figured maybe there'd be some overlapping interest with the people that watch New World, so just give you guys a heads up that they're out there. Me and KB were back capping there for a little bit, and eventually we get kicked out. So later in that same match, we're up here just trying to take over mid, hoping the team will eventually walk forward and help us. This was just another one of those games where team refuses to walk forward, so kind of just on your own. But it was kind of nice, at least having one other person that just gave a shit about the objective, other than just standing outside the point, just spraying their ranged weapon through the door, praying to hear the ting sound instead of actually playing the game. But doing our best here to just chase this dude off the ramparts and clear everybody out so we can actually start capping this damn thing, hopefully make some progress. So, shuffling around looking for another target, not really sure where the hell this musket even came from, but we actually get some good feral rush tracking for once. And Berserk comes up just in time for the riposte stun. And all that's left is this musket, and I'll give you one guess what that guy does. I think this is the last clip with my games from KB, or with KB I should say. So I'm pretty much just running around here looking for squishies. Anybody that's dropping health fast, just priority one. So this poor guy, he got chunked for like half his health bar, so. And then I turn around and I'm like, oh shit, well, there goes half my health, time to get the hell out. We got 3 more clips left. These are on to some solo stuff. I think these are all actually from the same match. That poor guy just keeps standing himself, and I kind of get screwed over by Feral Rush actually tracking to the closest person there. That guy gets to live on 1 HP, and I missed that musket up top. I was too busy looking at everybody down on the ground, or I would have chased him off before I dropped. But we managed to clean up a few here, and we get some people low. See this guy stand himself, so no point not throwing out the turret. I don't know who on Fent is, but he hits a fat deado here, just cleaning up the last few. So, not many left inside, so just gotta chase this musket off, and then any stragglers outside. But, of course, takes off running, yet again. Even pops his deado so he can just cower it away even faster. I kind of really hope something changes in the next meta. It'd be nice to have some other people playing melee, but we'll see how it goes. We end up getting the slow on that guy with Feral Rush, but it didn't really make a difference. He kind of just gave up, it seemed like. And this poor guy tries to stagger me with Incinerate right as my Berserk's wearing off. So, got another later in the same match where the team just refuses to walk forward. Was about to fight the guy in the tomb, and I realized this guy's just, he didn't know what day it is. So, take him down quick first. You'd think one of my million ranged teammates would finish off this musket running away 1 HP, but it is what it is. They do what they do. They stand on top of the fort and don't hit anything. And a little bit later in the match, we get our revenge though. Can't run away from this one. Get the full root on him. Probably didn't need to spend torrent there, but just in case, couldn't leave him the chance to escape again, especially if it hit us with another screen. So back here trying to clean up their back line, hoping my team will eventually start walking forward if their pack is thinner, but it's not looking great. So this guy stands himself. You'd think maybe a 2-second route would be enough to finish him off, but not even sure what pushed me away there. At this point, I really have no idea where the hell most of my team is. I thought they were fighting against this clump, but I guess they all died because here they all come back from spawn talking about heading to Baron. It's like, alright, yeah, sure thing, bud. Just let me handle this 1v5 real quick. Be right there. Could have stopped and helped, and then I could go help Baron, but it is what it is. Just do our best to try and burn these guys down as fast as possible so we can get the hell out of here. But I almost get 100 to 0 there, so that would have been pretty painful. This guy, I've never seen anybody go unpunished for stabbing themselves as much as this guy. Don't know why, and I couldn't hit him to save my life. But I'm going to the build guide here. So I'll quickly go over what I was running in the video versus what I plan on running. Right now, still the same Enchanted Ward, Critical Retribution, and Slash Conditioning. Uh, Probably going to end up switching to either Thrust Conditioning or Fire Flame Conditioning at some point. But for now, this is still a nice, it's better than nothing. And Shrinking Heals just doesn't feel nearly as consistent as it used to, so I haven't been running that much lately. Still running Void Darkplate because I don't have my Koya's build ready yet. Enchanted Ward, Slash Con, and Torrent. I'd like to have Torrent on the Hatchet. I just don't have one yet. And like I was saying in the video, I'm probably not going to bother forcing Feral Rush. This is just the only piece of gear I have with Feral Rush on it. So probably switch these out for just Frigid Dawn Pants until I have all the seals I need for my Koya build. And these are just cheap boots I found on the trading post that had Enchanted Ward and conditioning. The hatchet, so for some of the video I was using this hatchet. I tried to just use a coconut and roll a 725 hatchet and just hope for good perks. So I was using this for a good bit of video. And I do really like having pen backstab, but this hatchet, just the regular old shipwrecker that you get, is just way more consistent. And I just have Keen Berserk on it because that's what I was running when I upgraded this originally. So I'd rather this be Torrent and have Keen Berserk on the gear, just flip them. But ideally, I would like Torrent, pen crits, and pen backstab. And I'm running an Emerald instead of a Moonstone on all my hashes now with Feral Rush because it wasn't that big a deal to just throw Social Distance out there just to make sure it's on cooldown for the extra Moonstone damage. But trying to constantly keep Feral Rush on cooldown is like you have to put yourself in some really bad positions. It's just not worth doing. So it's just easier, way more consistent to use an Emerald if you're going to play Feral Rush. The Inferno doesn't matter. It's just there to boost damage. Dark Ascent, still haven't upgraded this. Don't know how I keep forgetting about it until I go to make a guide video, but it is what it is. I'm still running Divine, Shirking and Power, and Thrust Protection. I always run some kind of protection on the amulet. That's never going to change. Divine is really good with blooddrinker still, either way, and potions, and the once in a while when you get a heal from a life staff. And I'm still finding Shirking and Power more useful than stamina recovery since it got nerfed. So Shirking and Power, nice to have. You can get it. There isn't really any named amulet that you can just add a third perk to and get this combo. You kind of just have to craft this one or just roll one and hope for the best. I upgraded blooddrinker. Still running slash damage. I think I was running keen awareness for a while, but slash damage is just way more consistent. And this earring really never changes. Fortifying Toast is just very nice to have, which is also why we run the mana potion, just so we can proc that before we go into a fight. You can have almost 100% uptime, just free 20% armor. Healing Heart, we get a nice 11% of our max health, so I think it's around like 1800 just from popping Dark Ascent, and then everything that we lifesteal from the ability itself. So it's a really fat heal sometimes, upwards 8 to 10k, depending if you have more than one person on you or not. And regenerating, I'm honestly not super sure about regenerating. It might be better to just get your potions up faster, but either way, they're both nice. Yeah, the build I'm working on, it'll still be this hatchet, the Keen Berserk hatchet, until I get a Torrent hatchet that has pen crits and pen backstab, hopefully. But the Grave Robber's hat is easy upgrade. Since I don't need to run the perk for Feral Rush anymore, it frees up one slot, so I'm pretty much just going to end up running this exact helmet. But if you want to recreate that pretty easily, you just use Grave Robber's hat. It'll be a Frigidon chest with some kind of conditioning. I haven't really decided yet. Frigidon gloves with conditioning. The Koya pants, I was running Shirking Heels last time I tried these, and they just weren't worth running at the time. But I'm going to change this to a conditioning. And the meeting boots that I was talking about, so I'm probably going to end up running Keen Berserk slash Conditioning and Enchanted Ward until maybe eventually someday I start running the new PvE stuff and can get the boots that have Enchanted Ward and LA version on them. Attributes. Since we're only using the one weapon, I can just maximize my hatchet damage as much as possible. It's 203 con right now, but that's because I'm missing 1 point because the boots are low gear score. So when I'm in OPR, I run 204 con just because I like the round number. Gives me 16,006. 350 dex for the extra torrent and feral rush damage, and then jam everything else into dexterity. So stopping at 50 dexterity and going to 368 strength would be overall less damage. So you just stop at 350 and jam everything else into dexterity. If you have perfect 725 gear and you can get all the way to 100 dex, great. But probably won't be there for maybe ever unless they make it way easier to get 725. My hatchet tree is pretty much the same right side as normal, except for I have to take this point since we're not using social distancing, and I can't take either one of these passives to be able to make Feral Rush work and still get to the decreased stamina cost. So one of these two would be nice to have, but just can't make it work. So it is what it is. That's what I'm running for now, and I hope you guys enjoy, and I'm going to throw up a few links here at the end once I pull them up. There's a few things coming up over the next week or two. New World Season 7 comes out in about 9 or so days, I want to say. Path of Exile, they're dropping their patch notes tomorrow the 12th, so a lot of people expect them to announce new characters or new weapons for early access. The time-sensitive one that I was talking about, tomorrow the 12th, is the last day to register for free access to the closed beta for Game of Thrones King's Road. I have no idea if there's going to be PvP in this game or not, but the combat looks fun, so I figure if it's free, so at least worth checking out. Elden Ring Night Rain, probably seen advertisements for this already, but there's registrations open until the 20th for basically just a free test. So if you want to check that out as well, we'll have links down in the description for all this stuff. First Berserker Kazan, same thing, demo version starting on the 16th. So I think all you need to do is wishlist the game. So again, we'll have links to all this stuff in the description. And yeah, hope you think it's worth checking out. And I'll see you guys in Outpost Rush.